There we go. We're live. And doing the damn thing, of course. You know, somebody's going to come on every weekend to bitch about the world and entertainment and all that. And that's those somebodies are us. What happened? Why are you muted? First, Panda, welcome to the show. Or is it me that's fucked up? Hang on. No, I'm fine. Let me see. Alright, well, my speakers are good. My mic is working. Why isn't your mic working? Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a new PC. Oh, that's cool. Now we just gotta wait for Gibby to figure out how to work his new PC. That's right. Welcome to the show, Panda. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we're still waiting for you, bud. Every single time, huh? Every single time somebody farts in fucking Madagascar, Gibby's computer fucks up. Anyways, yeah, it's a variety show. We got some things to talk about. I finally saw Obsession. We're gonna get into that. It was just damn. It was damn. That's like the best way I could say it. And Pokemon. It's alright. It's not a problem. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Gibby. He'll figure it out. He's a semi smart boy. Hey, he's from Michigan, so we can't count too much on that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. So like I said, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Well, at least some things today, because I have opinions about Obsession. And also, I fucking hate this weather, man. I hate the heat. Been hating the heat, but we're still here. We're still doing it, and we're gonna continue doing it because we're idiots. Give me that look. Also reached a little bit past the halfway mark on Dungeon Crawler Carl, so we're gonna be going over that too. Oh, I am branded. That's nuts. Look at that, right in the middle of the forehead. Goddamn. So what happens. Put that over there for now. But yeah, in case you guys haven't seen Obsession, or in case nobody's seen Obsession, or if you have seen Obsession, well, I figured. Um, Obsession is kind of sweeping the horror circuit right now, and understandably why. I've seen the preliminary I guess reviews. Well, installing everything does suck. I've seen the preliminary reviews for Evil Dead uh, Burn, and God damn it, I'm so fucking sick of fans that do not understand the franchise that try to get into. Well, this and that. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'm so goddamn tired of hearing this shit. Also, the preliminary hate for Supergirl has been really weird to hear about, and I don't like it either. Hi, Wanda. Welcome to the show. I don't understand the fucking hatred for Supergirl. I just do not understand this. I saw several, you know, streamers and reviewers talking about it, like, oh, they just can't get female superheroes right. I'm like, what the fuck? No, 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 that's not true at all. No. Oh, they fucking had this and that. Shut the fuck up. Well, Kara El is Superman's cousin. She's also a lot more reckless, and I like the idea that for the movie and for her own character, like even in the new Superman, they kind of gave her that back. You know, they kind of gave her back her. She's a few years younger than him. She's a lot more reckless. She's a smart mouth. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot. I don't understand the hate either. I'm not rushing out to see it. But I'm gonna see it. I love Superman, and the fact that he's in it, um, Scarlet, which was done wonderfully. I think so was Birds of Prey. I liked Birds of Prey. I really did. I know it's not a popular opinion because women. No, I liked Birds of Prey. I was highly entertained by it. I had fun with it. Uh, Margot Robbie's you know portrayal of Harley Quinn continues to be one of my favorite on-screen adaptations of any comic book character ever. And Birds of Prey was fun for me. I liked Birds of Prey, and um, I had an argument, way back in the day with my other co-host who used to be on here a lot more often, was Mustard, and I didn't like the idea that nobody was a good guy. It was like Birds of Prey, they're all villains, all of them. Yeah, he's trying to figure out everything. They're all villains. Every single person is a villain, and they're all shitty people. All of them, the good guys, the bad. Everybody's a shitty person in that fucking in that whole universe, and yet people were still like, "Ugh, I didn't have anybody to root for." So you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just enjoy the ride, have fun with the characters, you know. And yeah, it's the same thing with Supergirl, and she's not going to be her cousin. Her cousin is Superman. She's reckless. She's kind of going through like her college years, I guess would be the best way to put it. You know what I mean? Partying, having fun, doing dumb shit, getting into fights. I fail to see the fucking problem in this. I really fucking do. And Madam Web, I saw one time and I was drunk, so I really don't remember much of it. I just remember it wasn't good. Mm-mm. But yeah, Wanda brings up a good point. That was Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Scarlet Witch was done incredibly. They even had little bit parts for Captain Carter and so on and so forth, and they did great too.
I was gonna pass. Can you hear me?
There you go.
No,
Yeah. Just had to catch up.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm finally here. I'm finally able to join in and be here with the rest of you. Hi, how are we doing? Obsession, great movie, great horror movie. And like I told Deadman, I think it sets the new standard for what horror should be. Like for what the genre is, I think it should be the new standard because the movie it scared you. It didn't like how do I want to put this? Because obviously you can see gore, you can see like ooh, like a jump scare. Like if you're
Yeah.
watching like a monster flick. Oh, I didn't know you were wearing your corn shirt. I would have worn mine and we could have matched. Um, Same exact one, probably smaller though. I said what I said.
This is a 2X. Yeah,
Heck,
I've lost a fuck ton of weight.
yep. Funny part is it only 1x bigger than what I wear. I wear an extra large.
Yeah, I've lost a fuck ton of weight.
I and you know what? We see it. We see it. But anyways, yeah, obsession. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't make you feel scared. Like okay, there's one jump scare part, but like out of almost hour 45 runtime, it's pretty good. It's pretty decent.
Nah, I can say that for what it was and how it was and what it was doing, easily, it was a great fucking horror movie. I think one of the and yeah, it had jump scares in it, but I had
Not enough where like usual ones. Like there obviously there was the car. Like that was a jump scare. That one caught me off guard.
that was a
Honk,
shocking
honk, honk,
scene, man.
honk, honk.
That was bad. That was real bad, man.
That was a
Um,
good one. Fun fact: this is something that the fiance told me. They didn't have money for stunt doubles, so she booked it at that with a football helmet on and a wig covering her hair.
I believe it. I believe it. That movie was made for $6 and a pack of smokes.
Like I said, they at that board meeting afterwards, they're like, "All right, if we at least cover the cost of what this movie was worth, we all get Domino's. Like we all get a nice slice."
Right. That was. We're getting two pizzas for the whole crew, all eight of us.
And come to find out, the movie made like 75 million, and they're like, "Huh."
Three pizzas for everyone.
Three pizzas and a bag of weed. That's what everybody gets for making this movie. Because I know some of you are suffering from psychological trauma just doing this.
No, there was a couple of parts that definitely there was one part particularly that gave me an ick. And for those of you who are not familiar with the vernacular of the ick in context of this show, I know it's used on social media like, oh, it gave me the ick, and so I'm not attracted. No, giving you an ick means that it made you feel something, got kind of made your
Maybe you feel
skin
uncomfortable.
crawl. So there was one part that actually did give me an ick, and I was like, oh, I hated that. Oh, I hated that so much. Ah, I hated that. It was awesome, but I hated that.
Oh, come on, my little food reviewer. You didn't, there was a certain part that made you feel weird.
Yeah, yeah. Not that part.
Don't
It
that part
was
fucking. See, I wish, I wish I could have more, um, I could speak more on it because it
mhm.
was a movie that requires context, but I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, so I'm not saying shit.
I know it
Because you
sucks.
say anything and you spoil it. Here, I'm gonna.
Spoil a fuck ton, man.
Yeah, you say anything. Because the thing is that once this movie gets going, like Gibby said, he was completely right. You got about 15 minutes of just awkward 20-year-olds, and then the rest of the movie, you're just hanging on to the edge of your seat the entire time.
I
I'm
told
gonna.
you, I told you, this movie does not give you a moment to relax. It gives you a sense of security for the first little bit. Okay, it makes you feel safe. It makes you feel like this is going to be like a little
A
teen
little
war
bit, yeah.
movie.
Taking
Yeah,
it. Oh, just over the top. No, this one it just you crescendo at what am I doing, and that's it. That's from the rest. You all. It is straight down, no brakes, all gas, and the way that the
even even the ending was good. Like I was surprised that it had such a great. You is that like a like it wasn't a great ending, or the ending just
50-50 on
made you
that
feel-
one. 50-50 on that
See,
one.
I liked it because it was a good ending. It was a great
No,
ending.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
know.
gonna say is that without being too obtuse about it, there was closure. There was a question answered about the entire thing, and in the end, a character kind of did get their comeuppance. But I'm 50-50 on it. I'm 50-50 on it, and once we'll revisit this in a couple of weeks, or we'll talk a little bit more privately about it. But yeah, I just sent you a message about what scene gave me the ick. See what he says. That one. That one.
That one weirded me out, but it was definitely definitely lunch weirded me out. That one gave me the I can't fucking do it.
No.
But yeah, so did everything I say about the movie. Was I correct on it though?
There were a couple of dead spots, as you know, any movie would have. I'm not going to say that, whatever. The car scene, that one was a surprise.
Honk.
That one was kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. No. There's a definitive ending, Panda. There's a definitive ending with a definitive, answer to a lot of things. The reason we're being vague about it is because we want you to see it. Honestly.
No, go see it. Go find it. Is now available digitally.
Yes.
So if you don't want to go to the theaters, you can rent it or buy it. I'm going to buy the movie. I think the movie is worth a purchase.
Yeah, I think if you're a hardcore horror fan, you should definitely invest. I'm just like, God damn.
Yeah, you need. So while this was happening, I was at work and Deadman texts me and says, "So I'm finally watching Obsession." I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna get a couple messages here and there. Ding, 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 ding." And I was like, "Damn, dude, you really must be into this." And it's a wild movie to try and understand. That's why me and the fiance are gonna watch it again. So like, because there were some parts that I didn't hear because I'm deaf and I have subtitles on everything. So there was one part about the Wish Willow, the like actual line of the wish he makes, and I was like, "Oh, I thought he just said this part, not the whole thing."
Yeah, I'm gonna revisit a couple of points that since you that whoever made this movie really studied horror, and I mean studied horror, not watched horror and was like, "Oh, I can do that." No, they studied it. They studied light. They studied camera positions. They studied
The light and
character interaction, dialogue, the suspense of real estate is a big one in that. And that they studied Evil Dead. They studied a whole lot of Evil Dead because there's just fingerprints all over it. They studied.
I think a little bit of exorcism is in there.
A good touch, a good thumbprint of exorcism is in there. And whoever the fuck did this studied horror, and they did an incredible job. And like, I am vastly impressed. I'm still impressed at how well that fucking movie turned out to be. And I'll tell you, the reason I say this that they studied Evil Dead is because there are bits of humor in it. Even in one of the more horrific parts, there's still a one-liner that kind of made me giggle. Inside joke. And whoever this is the third or fourth movie I've watched recently of somebody that's a YouTuber or somebody that does like short horror movies and has swung for the fences and hit a home run. And I'll list them again. Hokum, Iron Lung. This one is definitely on their fucking Obsession. There's been a couple of other ones that have just been made by YouTubers, and I think this is starting to be and that and the death of so many goddamn superheroes coming out. I think this is a turning point for Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like
I hope so.
we're finally getting
Backrooms.
away.
Backrooms is another one.
Backrooms and Exit 8, and
Oh yeah.
we're turning a corner. We're turning a corner where we're getting away from the 16th iteration of Michael Myers, or the 18th iteration of Jason Voorhees, or another goddamn Freddy, or fucking fill in the
Or
blank.
or gore pouring out the ass.
Yeah, or the 16th Terrifier. I'm very much done with those kinds of movies. I grew up with them. They've been around since the 80s, and no disrespect to them, but motherfucker, we need some. There was a reason Evil Dead, which was also made on $6 and a pack of smokes, became the thing that it became, and it's because it was different. It literally invented the cabin in the woods formula. You know what I mean? And that's another thing I can honestly say about Obsession. Another reason that I'm very impressed with it is that they found out just how difficult it is to do a one location film. Now, what does that mean outside of film nerd context? The more Iron Lung is the same way. You know what I mean? It's you have to find a way to make one location continuously be engaging and entertaining.
Intriguing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, you can have it shot in the same spot, but that you're gonna get sick of seeing that house after a little bit. Like with evil, like you said with Evil Dead, they had one location. It was the cabin, the woods, the basement. You had three. You had three spots, and those three spots they had to make that work for an entire 90-minute movie, and they did. Just like Obsession, they had the store, the music shop, the house, and a little
and
bit of the other house.
yeah,
But the other parts were like a quick flash in the pan kind of things. Like the music shop, they gave little details about the outside world and a little more exposition. That party scene was wild though. There, I did like that, and like I said, the fiance pointed this out to me when it's a romance. It's a romance, not a love story. And unfortunately, I was like every other man in the audience. I was like, what's the difference?" And then on the way home, she explained it. I'm like, oh.
no, this was a love story, not a romance. Romances are flowery and pretty, and
The
stuff like that.
Notebook,
Thank you. Yes, the Notebook. The Notebook
Fault in
is
Our
a
Stars to an extent.
oh yeah, a love
I,
story is The Princess Bride. It's messy and there's not always a good ending, and it's intense also. And
I, oh, go on. Sorry about
I'll
that.
tell you, this movie. I hope it does gangbusters. I hope it goes to award season. I really, really do.
It's like I told you. I think when award season comes along, like I don't think it'll win Picture of the Year. I don't think it'll get that far, but I definitely do think it will sweep in Best Upcoming Director, because obviously this is his first major production that he's done. Like he's done the short films, but those were really only in the indie film circuit or the film festival circuit. So like this is his first big breakout hit that was produced in actual theaters nationwide. So I
Yeah.
think he's going to do Best Upcoming Director. Obviously, I think the actors are going to get their support as well. The person who played Bear as well as the person who played Nikki, I think they both are going to get their rightful deserves. And I really hope it does sweep through award season, because this will definitely show Hollywood that like this is what we need. We need new stuff. We need new content. We need to stop letting the same directors direct or make the same movies. We need to stop writing the same films. We need to branch out. Give some of these YouTubers, who I'm pretty sure do a little bit of on the side, let them write a script or two and then give them the Hollywood budget, and then you get this.
I mean,
I know it's
Markiplier. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
like yeah, I'm coming to an end, but like it's you give them a shot and you give them the money, they will make gold, because like we said, this was made on a $200, 200.
Less than $1 million. It was, I think,
Yeah.
with after Advo and Adderall came out to just around 480,000.
Yeah, but yeah, a movie like this made on a, we'll just for brevity's sake, a $500,000 budget, like 500,000 million budget, and they did this well. Come on now, we can get a lot more if we're going to start putting money out into things people will actually go back to the theaters and start seeing instead of letting the theater medium die in the water.
Absolutely. And I support them. I really do hope that, they do gangbusters. I've seen the preliminary reviews for Evil Dead Burn. Like I said earlier, motherfuckers need to stop talking on things they don't understand. If your library of horror consists of Terrifier and one of the repeat fucking slasher movies that's come out in the last 15 years, don't speak on Evil Dead. Keep Evil Dead's name out of your mouth.
I mean, if in your repertoire, the only thing you can include is the remake, the one that got released in 2022?
Which one?
Not Rise. I think it was Rise. Evil Dead.
Rise.
Yeah, Evil Dead Rise. If it's the remake, Rise, and those are your only two that you have to go off of, and a couple episodes of Ash versus Evil Dead, don't speak on it. Don't say that it doesn't follow the film,
formula.
Yeah, thank you. The formula that the other films follow, because that you're not going off of what the films try to do. They don't try to have some big grandiose stories. It's demons possessing people, just wanting to kill, wanting to cause harm, wanting to scare the fuck out of everybody. Like, that is baseline Evil Dead right there.
Everything else just builds upon it and makes a better story.
Exactly. And I think the one that really, like, if you want to kind of get the feel of how it's supposed to be, Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 1 is a little bit of a slow burn to get into if you're not into that sort of thing, but 2 puts you directly into the action and really makes you feel the weight of everything that happens in that whole movie.
And Army of Darkness is kind of a weird tale, but I still love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same it's in the same vein as Ash versus the Evil Dead. If you like the campy joking Ash, then yes, definitely Army of Darkness and Ash versus Evil Dead, watch that. But if you want the horror, 1 and 2 are the way to go.
And 2013 and Rise, I still love them. And I know you have your issues with the 2013 one, and I understand that. I just would invite you to just put in context what was happening in the world at the time, because you got to remember, Evil Dead is definitely a commentary on what's going on in the world. And
I know. But I was also like 17, and I thought, I had a little bit of a pompous ass kind of attitude when I was 17.
Kind of like with me and Dungeon Crawler Carl, yeah.
Exactly. So I might revisit it now that I'm 30 and older and have watched a lot more movies and think critically of them.
I highly suggest you do.
Panda, in the YouTube chat, the ads are watching me. You talk about Evil Dead, and I happen to look over and see an ad for Evil Dead Burn on Discord. Well, it's almost like us two are going to go see it in theaters.
Oh yeah.
And because I want to go see it. I'm definitely going to go watch it. The algorithm knows. They're like, hey, here's a good movie, but it's horror, so you got to figure out if you can drag the wife to the theater to watch it with you.
You know what movie I watched before we move on to Dungeon Crawler Carl? A movie called Hungry. Do you know what that movie is based upon?
Why does that sound familiar?
Hungry Hippos.
Oh, you're fucking good. What?
Yes, there's a Hungry Hippo horror movie. No. No, I'm not kidding.
I know I said give these people the big budgets, and then I hear that, I'm like, don't give it to them. Well,
It was
I just seen I just seen a fucking thing for the Pinocchio horror movie with Robert Englund playing as the cricket.
Jiminy Cricket. Yeah.
Yeah, playing as Jiminy Cricket. So please give a premise of this hungry hippo movie that you indulged yourself in.
All I can say is that I went in the middle of the movie. I got up to use the bathroom, and 20 minutes later, I hadn't missed a goddamn thing.
Ew. Like if you can give me a horror movie where like if I walk away for 10 minutes and I come back and like, wait, what? Where the fuck are we?
Yeah, we gotta
I'm cool
rewind.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I come back and I'm like, oh, they're still trying to dodge the hip. Okay. Well,
I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. I can say that they were very much trying to channel like Jaws and a Sharknado. You know what I mean? Like these corny movie. Like it was just Lake Placid is what I'm trying to think of. Like they were trying very hard to channel Lake Placid, and
Lake Placid was a good one.
it was a wonderful one. We all collectively said the same thing. I want
Hippo jump scare the movie.
Yeah, I want my hour and 20 minutes back.
There's a couple Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, felt that same exact way. Me and the fiance finished it, and I was like, I want my fucking time back. That was such a piece of shit movie. Like you know what we're gonna have to do, right? When the MonsterVerse is done, we're gonna have to go through and watch all of those.
Oh, the like Popeye the Slayer Man and all that.
Pinocchio, Winnie the Pooh, Bambi. We're gonna have to go through and watch all of them, and we're gonna make you look sad, but it's gonna have to happen, and we're gonna have to do a whole series review on this show.
That's gonna have to be some pay-per-view shit. I'm not doing that one for free.
Oh come on! If I have to rewatch Evil Dead Rise, you got to watch these monster movies. That's got
Evil Dead Rise is a good movie, and Evil Dead 2013 is a good movie. You can compare the two.
I spoke the wrong thing. I was talking about the remake, not Rise. I misspoke.
That's like
my bad.
That's like saying if I gotta stick my foot in a bear trap, you gotta brush your teeth. Like it's not the fucking same. It's not the equivalent, all right?
It is the equivalent. I don't like the movie. It is when I already like have a predisposition about this film and I gotta sit and rewatch it. Like that is the same thing. But it's not watching new movie. Like they may be terrible movies. They're not good movies whatsoever. Don't let me try and put this on as like they're good movies.
Yeah.
But they're new cinema. And unfortunately, we cover new cinema, Dead Man. That's what Videotainment Network is about, is watching new cinema.
Yeah. Oh, I did watch the Peter Pan one of those. That was awful. It was just awful.
Was it about as good as you thought?
No, it's worse.
I figured
So
it would
much
just
worse.
be as bad. Oh, of course, because
Like,
a
worse.
horror movie about Pinocchio or a horror movie about Peter Pan. Who needs this? Who in their right mind sits and thinks, you know what? I would love to see a gigantic man with. I think what pisses me off the most about the Winnie the Pooh movie, because I have gripes about this, but I just haven't sat down and wrote them all. What pisses me off is they do the whole, well, this is supposed to be set in the Winnie the Pooh universe, and they're all animals, with the most cheesiest ass latex mask to ever exist.
I can say I can say that the Peter Pan one at least had one or two interesting kills to it. I'd say one interesting kill to it. The rest of it was just like, this is uncomfortable, and I hate this. And besides, Peter Pan is a horror movie, or it's a horror story. All right. If you've ever read the original material, the closest actual true to the material story of Peter Pan is Hook.
Never seen Hook. Never seen it.
You're deficient.
Why am I why am I deficient?
That is textbook movie. Like you have to, like Hook is one of those movies that almost my son has seen Hook and he's half your age.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't know what you want from. I'm catching up on a lot of classic movies. I just watched Death to Smoochie this year.
I know, and you loved it.
Exactly. So give me to get to it. Good God.
All right, all right. That's one for you to watch this week. Is Hook. But I'm a little bit past the halfway mark on Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Are we still? Do we still have the same love for it as we did when we first started it?
Even more so.
Even yes, yes.
You know what's really funny is I hit a part where I remember reading it the first time and just kind of burning through it, but I remember what I was thinking when I read the part during the first interview in the book. And I was like, I remember originally reading it and going, this was one of the worst dialogue things you could ever write down. And now that I've gone back over it, I'm like, now I know why it was so bad. And it's because it's on purpose.
There's
And
one of us. One of us.
yes, Panda. I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I read it originally when it came out, and I just kind of burned through it. But I was in a very different headspace about it. I was kind of being a prick about it. I'm not gonna lie. But motherfucker, is it just? I'm more and more in love with Princess Donut every day.
Oh, you do. And the more the story goes on, the more you appreciate Donut. And I hate reading comments that say like, "Oh, she's this entitled character," and it's like, it's understandable why she's entitled. She was a show cat, like a show cat that had been pampered her entire life. Of course, she's going to be entitled.
A show cat who won championships. Like her full fucking name. What is her full fucking name? That's like one of the.
It's a long one.
I loved it, and I was laughing so goddamn hard when I read the whole fucking thing. Oh, hold on, it's right here. I got it. Her full name is GC BWR NW Princess Donut of the Queen and Chunk.
That motherfucker had to just throw names at a dartboard to try and get that.
GC is Grand Champion. BWR is a type of pageant. And NW is Northwest, where they're from Seattle. Princess Donut, the Queen and Chunk.
Man, if you would have gave Eric like 5 more seconds, he was ready to type that in chat. I do, and I can't. I'm excited for you to read the rest of it because so when I first heard about this, Panda was trying to get me into it, and I was like, all right. He's like, listen to the audiobook. And if I'm not at work, I'm not an audiobook person. So like I would spend my days just reading it. I'm happy I am starting the audiobooks because it's a different feeling. I mean, you got to get over the fact that Jeff Hayes does a Joe Swanson impersonation for Carl the first book. Where the story was headed, I'm ready for the last book. Not like I want it to be done, but hell is coming and I'm excited to see it.
You mean Ron Swanson?
Joe Swanson on Family Guy. Isn't that his name?
I don't remember. Joe. Just Joe from Family Guy. Patrick Warburton.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Warburton. That's how he talks as Carl in the first book. And I just can't hear anything else. I just see Joe in all of the dungeons fucking pushing his wheelchair, trying to make it through all of them.
Really? Because I have a very, very different picture in my head. Like, he's built like me. He's my size.
With the audiobook, yes. But with the graphic novel, that I showed last week, that's about how I imagined him. Like a guy in his mid-20s, brown hair, like tall. Like
No,
I
he's in
imagined
his
that.
30s. Yeah, he's in his 30s. It says right at the beginning of the book, he's in his 30s. Fucking giant dude, just like me, built like me, built like a brick shit house.
I thought he was like 27. Like 27.
I don't know. Well, we can.
We'll dive.
It
We'll
was
dive in.
Warburton. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. There's a couple of pieces that are obvious commentary that a lot of people
yeah.
are trying to make not commentary and say, oh, it's just this nature of the book. And the whole time I'm reading, right? The whole time I'm reading, I'm like, would I survive the dungeon?
I think everybody who's read that book thought, would I be able to survive?
It crossed your mind.
Warburton does have.
Oh, that's funny.
That's great. That is great. And I think that's why I want to start going to that has been my kind of my jump start. 2 books to like kind of make you go into the mindset of training hard is Red Rising and Dungeon Crawler Carl. Because I seen a video on TikTok where a guy's like, I don't want to be part of the number of crawlers deceased. And then the other one was, I don't want to be called a pixie. And I was like, fuck, both of those are hard ass lines.
I think, like I said, every time something happens, and I sit there and I think about it. I'm like, would I be able to survive? And so far, yes, it'd be rough, but yes, would not be easy. I can't say I can't say I would stroll through this. I can't say that in the fucking slightest. Like, no, I cannot say that. Would I live? Yes. That's about as far as I can go. Like,
but it would be a struggle. It would be a struggle.
No, I am not walking through this. I am not like fucking Captain America-ing this bullshit. No, dude. I'm still in my 40s. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm in not even good shape. I'm not even in okay shape. I'm just below okay shape.
I'm in decent.
Like, yeah, decent shape. I'm not morbidly obese. I'm strong. I'm smart, and I'm very adept with weapons. That's about as far as it goes. Like, there's this whole fucking situation that happens with the book. I'm just like, I would live. That's about as far as I could take that. I would live.
I think I would do okay, just with how much shit you can like just get away with,
right?
And being able to cause chaos without having to worry about, oh, well, am I going to get penalized for this? Like, no, I can just do what I want and we're good. I'm so for this. Panda in the YouTube chat, I've had that thought. Literally, I was outside mowing my lawn and I was like, what do I have out here that I could take into the dungeon? Would it happen? That is a genuinely good thought. Because like I look around, I think I have fuck all I could take with me. Like I don't have a baseball bat or nothing in here. But I'm also in an apartment, and obviously we know from the very beginning of the book that if you were in a building when it happened, you were just gone, donezo.
Yeah, except I don't know. I like I said, this is just an idea. More than likely, I would have been crushed. But had I made it, you know what I mean? I'm just like, fucking, I don't know. Like I got Lucille right there. She's coming with me. Like I have the bag of all things sharp and pointy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's. Well, I mean, I have like the stuff I have in my junk drawer, like a screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a drill, a wrench. So maybe something like that would kind of suffice if I got lucky enough. But beyond that, I'd be going in there fucking solo. I think the only, and I think, you'd be okay. You'd be good. All right. Showing off with it. Showing off with
What?
it.
One of the loves of my life right there.
I do like it. That is cool. I think the only so like obviously you're still on the first floor. So
No, no,
the
no.
other
Second
floor.
floor.
That's right.
Started the
That's
second
right.
floor.
First book is 2 floors. That's right.
Yeah.
First book is 2 floors. Yep. And then yeah, because I know I'm dreading you getting to the third one, getting to the third book, because it is a fucking slog. Like you can ask Panda how many times I texted him, like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. There's
I'm
only one good thing about that entire book, and it did not save it for me. That's at the very bottom.
I'm not expecting the whole series to be a banger. Uh, you know, fucking I know there's I and you know too that going to keeping something alive and running for 3 seasons is not easy. You're on your third season of Persona Mortis. Seasons 1 and 2 available for Darktron Media anywhere you get your podcasts.
Little
You
bit of
know,
shameless plug.
whatever. It's my show. I can do it. You know that it's difficult to keep that momentum going, especially for 3 seasons. And I'm not expecting them all to be bangers. I mean, even one of my favorite series of all time, the Sword of Truth series, had its books where I was just like,
Can we please
Fuck.
get on with this?
the fuck is the point?
Okay. I feel that because, like I just got caught up on the Red Rising series. I just finished Lightbringer last week,
Right.
which is the 6th book in the series. First trilogy, absolute banger. There was nothing. I mean, the beginning of the first book was a little bit of a slog to get through, but once it went downhill, it went fucking downhill fast. Then the second trilogy, the very first book, boring as shit. Goes from one single POV to like 4 different people. But once I got to Dark Age, I was like, oh, all that world building in the first book of the second trilogy was definitely worth it because now I can show appreciation. Doesn't mean it wasn't a fucking slog the entire time, but I appreciate I know its importance compared to the rest of the series.
There's a couple of books in the Sword of Truth series that are just like one of them is The Pillars of Creation. It's actually the shortest book in the entire series. And you're just reading it and you're just like, the fuck are we doing? Fuck.
Can we move on, please?
What the fuck is this? And it's not till the very end of the book where you finally get a little bit of a payoff. And even that payoff, you're like, that was stupid. That was stupid and I hate it. All of that was stupid.
There's
And-
no point of that.
Yeah, none whatsoever. No, it's setting up a point for one of the it's seventh book setting up a point for the 12th book, and you're just like, the fuck was the point? And yeah, it's that bad.
That sounds so long. That sounds so unnecessary. That's all I can say is it just sounds unnecessary.
It really is.
Like I get you're building a whole world, like a whole ass world, but it's fucking setting up a book 7 to go with the story of a 12 is like, dude, you got 5 other books. You got to figure out what the fuck's happening here.
Oh, and especially since sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're all good,
Especially
you're all good.
Since the 6th book, which is my favorite one, it's so goddamn good. Like, it's so fucking good. Like, just imagine forcing a superhero to live a normal person's life, and everything that comes with it. Everything that comes with being a normal person, you're forcing a superhero to be. You're forcing them to live this life, live the life how the rest of the world lives it, and that's essentially what the 6th book is. It's called Faith of the Fallen, and it's my favorite book by all means because it has so many principles taken from just like Superman. You know what I mean? The idea of being good, that kind of thing, but it's so fucking good, and it's so emotionally good too. Like by the end of the book, you're so fucking emotionally invested. You're just like, oh god, that hurts.
If one of you dies, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna cry. I see. I felt that because I did. There's a character named Severo in the Red Rising series
Uh-huh.
that he's kind of one of those characters that they throw in to be a violent shitheel. Like that was the whole purpose of his character. By Dark Age, you want nothing but the best for him, and you hope for nothing but the best, but it doesn't work out like that.
Yeah.
And I can't really say anything in
What's
case
up,
like
Panda?
I don't. I told Panda to read this series, so I don't want to give anything away. No, stop, do not. Okay. So I won't spoil anything of the rest of the series if he's going to read the rest of it, but you're going to love Severo by the end of it cuz if I think cuz I'm going off of what he put in chat says I'm invested. I told you you have to get through. If you can get through the Irish reading and the slow burn of the first like 15 chapters, you're golden. After that, it is a great story that keeps you intrigued. You just have to get through that slog. And unfortunately, that's one of the curses. Severo is best boy. Hey, Eric, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. Did you meet No. I'm gonna ask about a character because he's there.
All right,
Pax
good,
de,
good.
Pax de Telemanus. Have you met him yet? Have you met any of the Telemanuses yet? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna ask. That's all I'm gonna ask. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because Pax del Telemanus is the best character in the entire series. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, anyways, Dead Man, how do you feel about not being able to own any of the games that you have? Or that pretty soon? Let's get out. We've been talking books for like forever,
right.
man.
We're nerds. This is what nerds do. There was a sentiment said by another very popular streamer. I can't remember his name. He's kind of controversial now, but if buying a game doesn't mean I own it, then piracy isn't theft.
Yep. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't theft. And I think we have truly hit the point in our society with media, not only in video games, but also with movies and with books and with everything. We are hitting an age where physical copies are being phased out.
They've been phased out. They have absolutely been phased out. What we're hitting the age of is the fuck around and find out portion of DRM. Now, DRM is something DJ, our old host, used to be absolutely against. He hated digital rights media and all that other shit that came with it. And I understand. I used to push back on him.
Is that stuff like Denuvo? Is that what that is? DRM?
No,
like
DRM
Denuvo
just means
shit?
like rights to like
Okay.
they have digital rights. In other words, like if they wanted, if you bought a game yesterday on Steam for $70 and they decide to remove the game from Steam, they remove the game from your library. You have no recourse for it. It's DRM. But I used to push back on it, and I used to push back on it because I always thought it was the future, and I always thought this is where we're supposed to go. And I still have that thought. What I did not, I guess, account for or think of
Or
was anticipate was the idiocy regarding self-imposed rights regarding the ownership of media, which is why I'm starting to rethink my status, but I still believe that's where we're going. That's where we're supposed to go. However, that being said, I do absolutely agree with the sentiment that if purchasing is not ownership, then piracy is not theft. And the thing is that here's where I'm going with all this. Here's where I was going with all this, is that they shot themselves in the foot. This is a gun aimed directly at their own foot, and their fingers are repeatedly pulling the trigger. Because I'll tell you fucking what, it does not matter how many rights or how many digital watermarks you put on a piece of media, and it doesn't matter what paywalls you hide it behind. We're gonna get our hands on it.
There will always be a way people get their hands on it. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to out it out, but there was a giant website that was dedicated to nothing but preserving old video games, like old ROMs, old emulators. And of course, it got shut down because of funding. Like, you got to have a giant fucking server to host all of that. But within, I think, a month of it being announced that it was shutting down, there was already a backup project. There was already 2 backup projects. There were already 5 backup projects preserving that space. And I think that is genius. I'm glad. I guess I was always afraid of us entering an era of not being able to have these things. But with so many people that are continuously preserving the emulators and the ROMs and the books and the movies, and I mean, you can go anywhere on the internet and find old movies from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You can find them all the way up to yesterday.
Fuck,
So I think
the Avatar movie. What movie leaked on Twitter? Like
the Avatar movie. Yeah, it was the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
Because somebody got pissed off and was like, "Fuck you! Here it is in its entirety." And like I said, it isn't. No,
I'm sorry. I am part of the group, because obviously you had the group that was like, "Oh, the animators and stuff work very hard on it." That's cool. The problem is when we seen that, we weren't pissed off at the animators. We weren't pissed off at the storyboarders. We weren't pissed off at the people who put their time and effort into making this. No, it is towards the big corporations that we want to jam the giant middle finger right up it, because we are sick of getting dicked around by them.
the Amazing Digital Circus movie also leaked online, and they went directly to the creator, and they asked them, well, what do you think about this? This was your movie, this was supposed to be in theaters, your movie got leaked, what do you think? And they went, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's for a totally different reason. That's not digital. That's not piracy. That's for a totally different aspect.
No, but the thing was is that they were expecting the creator to shit the bed, hit the fan, whatever, hit the ceiling, and they were like, I don't care, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I've given away 99.9% of this for free on YouTube, and I've made so little money. Why would I give a fuck if this leaks and nobody watches it? I've done it. I've done the rest of it for free.
Because people think that because people think that it's just going to make a difference if there is a big uproar. Like, it's out there, you're going to find it, it's on the internet. No matter how many DMCA strikes you throw at the son of a bitch, it's still going to exist. It's not going anywhere. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here for anybody that makes content that's behind a paywall. It's going to get out there, okay? Because you will have people that don't think stuff should be paywalled on the internet, okay? You have people that think that Hollywood and video games and all of that are falling in a direction to where the price tag is ridiculous. I am a part of that. If I see Grand Theft Auto 6 get cracked, leaked, and is able to download 24 hours within its release, I'm going to laugh my fat ass off, because you're telling me you want to charge $100 for a game like that with so much hype behind it, that pre-order's already out, and they've already made over if I'm correct, over $1 million just in pre-orders. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why us as gamers are getting fucking laughed at, okay? Is because we want to sit here and say, vote with your wallet, vote with your wallet, vote with your wallet. We try, but then unfortunately we do vote with our wallet, and look what happens. Games like Grand Theft Auto 6 are still being pushed up, and then we wonder why we keep getting slop shit.
Yeah. I mean, gaming in and of itself right now is just on fire, and I don't see any reason to save it. I don't see any reason to reach into the fire. Like, Sorry. I've been a gamer since the 80s, since I've been a gamer for fucking 40 plus years. I am not in any essence feeling sympathy for these fucking video game companies that decide to arbitrarily and all of a sudden raise the prices of video games. Well, we have to pay our staff. Maybe don't give your CFO and CCO and CEO $4 billion worth of bonuses every year.
You know, maybe if there wasn't such a crunch on all of the video games, I would agree. I would be like, yeah, you know what? They deserve that extra little on their paycheck. But with how much we hear about crunch time and needing to speed things up, yeah, I don't feel bad because you're not using the money to pay your employees that are suffering the crunch.
No,
That's going into the fucking CEO's pocket. So pardon me if I don't really give a fuck about the $80 price tag.
yeah, Bobby Kotick walked away from Activision and Blizzard with more money in his pocket than Mark Zuckerberg. Like I'm supposed to feel fucking sorry for that? I'm supposed to oh no, they ousted him by paying him off. They were like, here's almost $1 billion worth of equity and whatever. Just get out. Just leave the company. We don't want you
He's
here
gone.
anymore. But he costed them Activision. He costed them Respawn Entertainment. He costed them the most of the devs that worked on the original Call of Duties. Like he killed so many fucking studios. And then we had Sean Spencer from Xbox, another fucking useless piece of shit that for the last 15 years has been driving the Xbox brand into the ground. We got a new Xbox CEO, and she automatically came out and was like, yeah, we're lowering the prices on all this shit. We're going to stop shutting down studios. All these games that have been delayed.
Surprise, bitch.
Yeah, all these games that have been delayed, we're going to get them all release dates. And by the way, Xbox Online is going to become cheaper. Games are going to be cheaper on our platform. And oh, look, Xbox is doing numbers again. It's almost like they're giving gamers what they want. And I don't mean gamers what they want.
Game Pass price got increased.
Yeah, it's coming down. This was they had to increase it because that was already set. It's going to come down now.
Well, then when it comes down, I will not talk shit about it. When I see the price go down, then I will not.
Yeah, feel free to talk shit about it now. I'm just telling you what's
Yeah,
supposed to happen in the future.
Yeah, I will run my pole polisher, and because I'm sorry, but you can't come in and try and build off the thing of what you just said of like, we'll release games, we'll lower prices, we'll do all of this, and then the first thing you do is, oh yeah, we're going to increase Game Pass, and the third party games that we promised, that we kind of built this whole subscription service on. Yeah, that's not happening here soon. So I hope you have fun with that.
Yeah, she's doing the work to get back on our good sides, and I really do hope that she continues to follow through. Because this is important. Because if Xbox can set this fucking standard, a lot of all the other game companies, except for Nintendo, because Nintendo can do whatever the fuck they want, are going to have to start following suit.
Yeah, Nintendo just does whatever they want, except for try and sue a game company, and then lose. Ha! Sorry, I still think that is one of. I still think that is one of the funniest lawsuits. We're going to sue you guys for doing the creature capture thing.
And lost.
Okay. And lost.
Palworld.
And lost.
Yeah.
Lost hard. Ha ha.
Yeah, because the judge said, wait, were you the original ones that came up with this? No. Were you the ones that patented this? No. Are there other such games on the market? Yes. What the fuck are we here for?
Why are we doing this? What are we doing here?
Why did I waste my day?
And that's why I'm a Digimon fanboy. And it is absolute torture. You think you Pokemon fans get shit on? Oh, be a Digimon fan. and only get a piece of media every once in a fucking decade.
Well, I mean, let's face it. After that movie in the early 2000s, where there was actually blood and gore, it's kind of hard to come back from. They
I
went a
don't know.
little. They went a little Evangelion with that fucking movie. Am I wrong?
No, I didn't realize how many pieces of media, not copied, but were influenced by Evangelion. Like I did not realize it till recently.
Oh yeah.
It was like, wow, a lot of you really. It's like they copied off of the depressed kid in class and made it somehow less depressing.
Well, it's I can't say it's a bait and switch because that's not what it was. Evangelion was, I was discussing with my son earlier. Trust me, this ties in. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I can't believe 30 years ago people used to be made fun of for liking anime." I'm like, actually, we've always been made fun of. Even now, we get made fun of. And he was like, "Yeah, but anime wasn't nearly as big as it was now." I'm like, that's not true at all. Studio Ghibli started in the 80s, and as long as something didn't look like standard anime, it got huge here. They got gigantic releases: Ghost in the Shell and Porco Rosso, Your Name in the Stars, Final Frontier, all these Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, all these movies that were anime that did not look like standard anime got gigantic releases in the U.S., including things like Perfect Blue. Like these made it across the pond and made it possible for people that didn't like anime to go to the theater or watch these things and go, well, maybe anime isn't all just bouncing titties and gigantic eyes. Like there's stories to be told, you know. And I was telling him, fucking no,
You're telling me?
I am.
Sorry, there was more to that, but I wanted you to keep the thought process going.
Well, but I was like, we'll always get made fun of, but yes, anime
Always.
has been a gigantic industry. Vampire Hunter D was another one that got a theatrical release, and it's always been popular. It's always been a big thing here in the States, and it's just gotten bigger. But now, of course, like everything, the United States, people born in the United States have started trying to impose United States values on another culture, and that's kind of like where I put my foot down and be like, you can't tell another culture how to behave with their culture.
You can tell them, but you can't be upset when they don't do it.
Actually, that's a much better way of looking at it. Yeah, I like that.
No, I mean that's how I view. Whenever there's like the tourists that come into something, and I'm not just saying tourists as anime, but also like video games and stuff.
Yeah.
Where they come in, they can be like, "Well, this isn't right. Well, that's not right. Well, why do they do this?" And it's like, where was it made? Well, it was made in China. Okay, what are the values in China? Are those our values that we know, that we grew up on, that we were raised, that we were propagandized with, that we were shown in every piece of media made in the West? Well, no. It's not a well, yes or no. Were these the values we were taught? Well, no. Were these, and I'm going to say this again because I really want to nail this point home. Were these the values we were taught? If it's yes, then you can agree that it's wrong. But if those were not the values that we were taught, but they were taught in a different country and that's what they put in their media, we don't have a word to say about trying to get them to change it because that is not the life they know.
Right.
That is not the life that we know. That is the life they know.
And another really good example of this is, oddly enough, Game of Thrones. The amount of people that shit their beds over the incest in the story, and oh my god, why is there so much sex and incest? I'm like, you don't read a lot, do you? Like you don't pay attention to history a lot, do you? Like all of this is kind of standard fare for anybody who's read a book with a reading level above 4th grade.
There's a lot more than you think there is.
There's a reason it's called an
lot
Oedipus complex.
Fucking
Otherwise known as the Chris Chan complex.
Ew, oh, you're telling me that you're telling me I'm gonna start making shitty comics?
Nope. That's not. You should look up what Oedipus complex means.
Dead man.
Go ahead.
I'm not as dumb as I look. I know what that means.
All right.
I got the joke, but unfortunately,
you're trying to steer around it, weren't you?
So hard.
That's why you ended up in the ditch.
That is, and that's why I know so much. That's why I know so much internet lore, is because I try to avoid it, and then I just find more, and I'm like, no, I want away from this. Please stop making me see all these weird motherfuckers online. I don't want to.
Fucking, oh my god. Well, you know what?
I want everything off the goddamn internet.
I'm working on it. And you know what? Though, at least we have real co-hosts to sit across from each other, and not an AI.
AI, not a weird AI that says it wants to finger blast the computer's butthole. Ooh. Well, you see, I got Grok. They offered me Grok Premium, and I told them, well, I don't know if I
change your personality situation.
No, but see, they told me that I could do this. Okay, they told me that I could easily turn the filters off, and it would be pure, unadulterated content. So I need to do that for my podcast, which you can find on God TV Radio. Or you can also view my video game channel, Games
Lorv. Fucking hate that idiot.
I
know I'm an asshole, and I know I'm a disagreeable asshole, and I often play the devil's advocate. But motherfucker, am I just more likable than him? I don't even say that modestly. Like, I know I'm more likable than him. You know how I know I'm more likable than him? I have friends.
Never called my son a water-headed idiot. Turn the audio off, Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Oh, God, he is one I would, if I had more time and dedication and actually gave a shit, I would A-log the hell out of that man.
Not worth it.
But I have a life.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
I did actually send an invite to Ben Pye to come on and talk video games and movies and music. He hasn't gotten back to me about it.
You know, if we got Ben on this, I'd be okay with that. I would like to get Billy on, but I feel like I need to have 3 different subsystems with me to be able
keep
to
up.
do that.
Yeah. He out ADDs us both. But
well, because I watch his stuff, I sometimes watch his streams on the the LCU, and I think I'm quick-witted. Like, I think I'm pretty quick with shit. And then I listen to him, I'm like, fuck, I'm not even close.
No, that guy, he's sprinting and we're learning how to walk.
I know,
but
dude weighs 400 pounds and he's sprinting faster than I am.
You know, but I would really love to get Ben Pye on here. No politics, no locales, none of that. I really want to hear him talk about video games. Because I've played video games with him. Like when he does the after hour shit, yeah, and he hangs out doing stuff on Xbox. I've played video games with him. He's actually a funny ass dude, like all things aside. And, you know, he has a really big library of punk music and stuff like that, which is one of the biggest reasons I want to get him on here, is to talk punk with you. And, you know.
Oh, God, I would love that. I would love that.
So, you know, I've sent an invite to him. Haven't heard back, but hey, here's crossing our fingers and toes. But that's the show. We've gone long enough. So, Gibby, do the sign off.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. As always, I am Gibby, and beside me is the sexy Spaniard himself, Dead Man. We appreciate you so much for spending your Sunday evening with us. Now, obviously, if you like listening to our voices but want to hear us play characters, go over to Dark Charm Media. Now, you might ask yourself, but Gibby, where can I find this wonderful concave of all of these magnificent shows? Well, let me tell you, my friends, you can go to any place that you listen to your podcasting, and that includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Cast FM, wherever you listen to your podcast from. Look up Dark Charm Radio, and you will find it there. Now, if you were with us for 1 minute, 10 minutes, or the entire thing, we greatly appreciate you being here. As always, we are here every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, always Eastern Standard Time. Now, I know we just got past a heat wave, but that doesn't stop you, okay? That doesn't stop you from washing. That doesn't stop you from cleaning. That doesn't stop you from being a decent smelling human being. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please, for the love of God and every single cashier that you interact with in the next week, keep your balls clean.